Happy Easter, everyone. Look who got a new blankie. Good girl. Lots of new stuff, lots of boxes. Hello. What's up, gang? Welcome back to the channel. Here in the, in the lab. Getting prepared for the next adventure out there. Got one coming up tomorrow and a full-on camp trip coming up this weekend with Baby Sis. Shout out to Baby Sis. We will be filming this. This will be her full-on debut on the channel, not just a clip. So look forward to that, whether she knows it or not. That's on her, all right? She knows what I do non-professionally, So yeah, I thought we'd take a quick moment. Let me show you. I got two things in particular I want to show you. One, been seen on the channel before, and the other, some new equipment. I'm hoping to, at the end of the day, save me a bit of money. So, stay tuned. Okay, so this is what I want to show you. The UCO candle lantern. I know we've had this on the channel quite a bit, but I don't think I've talked much about it. Yet another lovely gift from my wife. I've actually just had to do some cleaning, some repair to it. So I thought I'd just talk about that real quick. I have this particular gizmo from Zippo. I don't know that I've ever shown this on the channel. I'm not really sure. It's more gizmo than gadget, but it's pretty functional. It still works. And then, of course, the bag I'm carrying everything in. So I thought we'd talk about those. And then I have one other thing to show you as well. So stay tuned. The UCO candle lantern, the original. Do you call it UCO? I've always called it UCO. Some cats that I've seen use their products always call it UCO. I've always called it UCO. So whatever. But yeah, I left a little gift from my wife. I dropped this at one of my last camp trips. Shattered the glass in a million pieces. So that's too bad. And word to the wise, this thing right here gets absolutely hot, so burned myself plenty of times there. But it's a nice little light to have, especially if you're primitive camping or in a small little space, and it actually will give off a little bit of heat as well. So it just kind of depends on how you use it, keep your fingers warm, if not burned up. So the glass slides down, exposing the candle for you to light, and then you can slide it back up. Otherwise, the bottom twists out. It's a spring-loaded mechanism, and you just pop that out. Oh, okay. One of these pieces literally hit me in the tooth. That was odd. 1 second. Let's get this off there. Okay, we got that off. Let's just stand that up. Let's get this debris out of here. Anyway, let's set that right there for now. And so we're going to replace the candle today, the final step here. Oh, and also a little bit of a hack. The glass, best way to clean this off if you get wax in it, because if you bump this, you can spill wax on the inside, kind of gum up the works. But this, or pretty much any other part of it, a hair dryer. So grab your wife's hair dryer, or for you manly men out there with the long manes, with your own hair dryer. Hold on, I gotta get the glass piece in here. Realign. There we go. Okay. So I went and ordered some of their beeswax candles. These will burn a bit longer. I think, what's the box say? Yeah, up to 12 hours versus their regular white candles. I think those only burn for like 9 hours. So this will give you a nice all night, if not just multiple days of use. So we just simply load the candle up. So that white wick is showing through. Get your bottom in, and you just put this piece in here. Got it in. It locks into place. We've got the glass in there. Hopefully y'all can see that. I don't know. Boom. Got a candle. And I'm sure this is a lovely scent. always say, cut the wick down. So let's do that on this one. Normally I might not, but just to give the false appearance of being a professional. Light it. Slide your glass up, which makes it virtually windproof. I've had it in some very windy conditions, just transporting it from tent to car, vice versa, those type of scenarios. And the wind does not blow it out. You have to really blow down into the glass there, and it will go out. For it to go out. Otherwise, you have to pull this down, and you can blow out from there. And then the final piece is a little reflector. It's a little dirty. Definitely want to keep this shining, tip top. I've seen some people do some little at-home hacks or whatnot for it, but no need for that. But you simply just clip it on the one side, and you get a nice bit of reflection, really increasing the usefulness of the light itself. So, isn't that nifty? All right, let's take a quick look here. Just moving right along. This is not intended to be a long video, so hopefully I haven't bored anybody. This here is the Zippo multi-tool. Quite interesting because it can do a few things that, you know, your typical multi-tool can do. It's got a little blade on it, not very sharp. You know, your little Phillips flathead, a saw, which is sharp. That does work pretty dang well. But on the other side here, and I hope this isn't blurry, is a tinder scraper. And this does work pretty dang well. For the most part, you know, just simply scrape tinder with, you know, can be a little tedious, but it will work for your intended purposes. And, oh, that wax out of there. Didn't mean to put all that in there. And of course, you can get your tinder together and light it. And the last tool being, it actually has a little flint on it, a little flint and spark or whatever. So, I don't know if I can light this. Boom. Wife will kill me knowing I'm setting fires on her freezer. Sorry, baby. But boom, it works. It works. So I've seen a couple of reviews and people aren't particularly impressed with it. But I tell you what, especially if you're a little kid, and hell, I'm a kid at heart, this is definitely a tool that will come in handy, or be useful, or definitely be fun learning some of the tricks of the trade with. So yeah. So those are the main tools, and I keep all of these together, this and this, with a few extra candles. It actually comes with a little sock to keep it nice and secure, or safe, with a bit of fat wood as you just saw, and just a regular lighter as well. And just to top it off, its own little, just regular actual blade. You know, this will definitely cut. I should, oh, okay, careful. So yeah, just to make it fully functional and useful, and a few redundancies, things like that. Plenty of backup. So yeah, I think I'll just let that burn a little bit, just so the wick doesn't set weird, and just a weird way to burn next time. So yeah, that's the UCO candle lantern and the Zippo multi-tool. I can't remember exactly what this. I've had this for quite a while, definitely longer even than I've had this. I used it a bunch when I first got it, but once, you know, I kind of just figured out how to better use my own knife and, you know, the materials around me, I didn't necessarily need so many tools in one. So says the guy who carries 1 trillion things with him everywhere he goes. So yeah, that's one thing. Let's take a look at another, or that's a couple of things. Let's take a look at another. All right, and here's the next bit of gear I'll be fully testing today and this coming weekend. I don't know if you're like me. I run through a bunch of these small propane tanks, especially for my gas stove. Butane works great in the summertime, but propane definitely is preferred in the wintertime, even though that can be a problem at some super cold temps. But I go through a lot of these. I think this year I went through 6. By the time that the year was over. Now, I did eventually buy a 20-gallon tank, but I don't want to have to drag that around everywhere that I go. So what I wanted to do was an option. So instead of spending anywhere from $6 to $9, I've seen a couple weird places where they're like $11. Those are like gas stations in the middle of nowhere, close to a campground I'm going to. You know, they're really raking you over the coals there. One of these tanks, which I bought 2, is $17. Cost me $17, and the refill kit here was only $30, $40, something like that. Okay, so I just looked it up. It was $18 that I paid for 2 of these fuel keg refillable 1-pound tanks from Mr. Heater, and $30 I did pay for this. So $67 basically, $70 with tax or whatever, you know, close to. So $70, you know, and it's fuel at its worst. If I'm caught in a bind and having to buy it, on average, I'd say it's about $7 or $8. So, you know, 10 refills on these tanks, 10 to 15, I would say even. This kind of depends. You know, if I'm being generous with the market, these will pay for themselves. So, and that's between the 2 tanks. So I just have to fill these between 10 and 15 altogether, and I'll have the expenses for this covered. And I haven't looked up, but I'd be surprised if you can't fill these, you know, maybe 100 times, maybe more than that. Who knows? It's probably more of a shelf life, not a refillable life. So, you know, they probably only have like a 10-year warranty or something, whatever. Point is, this is probably going to save me money, let alone just make getting gas much more easier instead of having to go buy it. Oh. I don't know if you heard that beeping in the back. That's my other camera turning off. It freaked me out. So yeah, we are attempting to not blow ourselves up and save some money at the same time, huh? So I need to actually open up the garage. You know, you don't want to do this in an enclosed area, let alone necessarily inside the house. So I'm gonna step just outside the garage under the underhang. So it is raining a bit. So, and we're gonna try to fill these guys up. So fill it up with that guy there. Stay tuned. Okay, we got her on here. It's pretty simple. It's just these 3 legs. Got some screws to keep them in place. And this valve here. Twist on there. Squeeze that down. And then on here, this little pin here, twist it counterclockwise. And it opens. So this is the emergency relief valve. And this will let out the excess material that's already in here. You know, I assume air, whatever gas they use to test it. And it will then eventually turn to a white mist, indicating it is full. So let's see what happens, huh? How it works too, this locks into place, so this is always going to be sticking on the outside. You don't have to really worry about lining it up. That's nice. Alright, so nice tight seal there. Let's open it back up. And we squeeze on this, twist this counterclockwise. Oh. Something's not right. Oh, nope, it was open. Never mind. We're good to go. And about 60 seconds from now, fingers crossed. see it coming out of here somewhere. And I can feel it blowing out. We'll see. Just turns to white mist when it's full. A little intimidating because you can smell that gas smell a bit. Oh, see it? Twist this, turn that off. Close that. Holy shit. I cannot believe I just did that. That's crazy. Thank God I caught that. I don't know about these legs. Golly. That was inappropriate. I don't know, see it? They just want to like roll. Huh. To do some sort of counterweight or something on this. Let's get this off of here though before we damage this. Okay. We got her. We got both of them. So that's 2 tanks. 1 pound. I don't really know. I guess I should have used my scale to compare this actually, see if there is a pound of propane in here. I believe that's how that works. It's a weight thing, so so there should be. Close to anyways. Bare mins, more convenient than having to go stop and buy these before I go out of town for a camp trip. Well, all right, folks. That's it for now. Like I said, we got to get out tomorrow, so look forward to that adventure. And we got a camp trip coming up this weekend as well. So we got 2 coming down the pipeline, coming at you full speed. So until then, we appreciate the likes and subscribes. And stay tuned. Catch you on the next one. Deuces.